Hello, welcome back to Leeds Lately. I think we're live. Hello, welcome back to Leeds Lately, to the live watch along of Fulham versus Leeds United at Craven Cottage. As you can see from the lineups, a few changes for Leeds, but we'll talk about that in a minute when a few more people join in the chat. Martin's saying he'll be here, hopefully get back in time for a nice relaxing listen to the watch along. May the best team win. Yes, hoping for a big result tonight because even though we're focusing on the league, the FA Cup is a big thing, and we've not done very well in the FA Cup for years. So this could be the furthest that we go. The programme is about to start, and we'll be kicking off in 15 minutes' time. Welcome, Renee from Texas. Bumbacla, ha 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 ha. Come on, Leeds, welcome as well. Yes, so like I mentioned, few changes to the lineup. Melier in goal, Christensen at right back. Ayling and Koch are going to be the two centre backs, which I do worry a little bit about Ayling against Mitrovic, who starts as well, as you can see on the left hand side. Ayling versus Mitrovic is a little bit worrying, and as well, Firpo's back in. Adams, McKennie, and Rocker all play together in the midfield. So that's going to be interesting. The first time we've seen that, but that's what we've been looking forward to seeing in the midfield. And it looks like it may be a little bit of a 4-3-3 today. Bumper Class saying, sorry about my name, mate. Made it when I was 12. It's all right. It'll be provided a bit of entertainment, even if the football doesn't go so well. Zachary saying, Leeds fan from Philly here. If Aronson comes on the pitch, we'll have 23% Americans on the pitch. Yeah, Aronson may well come on later on. I think Javi Gracia likes the look of him in training and stuff, so you may well see Aronson come on a little bit later on into the game. William saying hi, welcome to the chat, William. Jason saying Ayling is weak in the air. Yeah, this is my worry. I really worry about Ayling versus Mitrovic in there. I think even though I think Verber's needed a break because of his shoulder, but I kind of think this was the game where you need somebody to physically go up against Mitrovic, and I do really worrying about Ayling as a centre back against Mitrovic, unless it's Rasmus who's going to play centre back. You never know. But it remains to be seen what happens in the actual game. I remember in the Championship, Ben White and Cooper managed to keep Mitrovic quiet, even though Mitrovic ended up injuring Ben White in the end. It'll be interesting to see how Ayling deals with that attack from Mitrovic. Tyler Wind saying hi, and hi, come on Leeds. Yeah, welcome to the chat, Tyler. Hoping for a big result today. Matt Robinson from Colorado. Got a lot of Americans in the chat tonight, so yeah, big love to all the Americans and supporting their American boys in our midfield. But yes, I think they'll be a very solid midfield, those three in there, and I'm pretty happy with the way that we're setting up tonight. It seems like we're going for it, but we're still making some changes and some substitutions of players from the weekend. But he's thinking about the Premier League, isn't he? Yeah, like I say, Jason said as well, yeah, maybe Rasmus is right centre back. You could see that. I could see how he's more of a physical player in that sense, and Ayling would be able to get forward more, so maybe we'll see it a little bit like that. Yes, Bumberclat has changed his name now to Finley, so we'll be able to read his name properly now. Rocker, McKennie and Adams is mouthwatering. Yeah, I think it's a good shout to have those three in there to play against each other. To play against their midfield, they'll be physical, they'll be strong, and then you'll have that added quality of Rocker's passing range, which I think Adams and McKennie aren't as good at the long passes, but they're good at those short passes, getting it into those more technical players once they've been physical and done well. McKennie is decent on the ball technically once he's a bit further up the pitch, but it's not really his position to be a holding midfielder, even though he can play there. So it'll be interesting to see how they work and how they rotate in there. Martin saying immediately thought Rasmus was going to play centre. I can see it. Yeah, I can see how people would think that, and I sort of thought that as well. They're about to do the lineups on the screen now on BBC Sport, but that it's no guarantee that they've even got it right, really, because so they have Christensen at right centre back, like a few of us have said. So it'd be interesting to see if that is actually how we line up. But like I said, with the new graphics that I've done, you can see all the players at the time, and you'll also be able to see the substitutions and stuff when they come on and off the pitch. Just going to listen to Javi Gracia's interview and react to it. Proud of his players and happy to be here. Yes, we've got people in from America. We've got Di from Argentina. We've got people from all over the place in the chat. I'm guessing that Klaus Skvorgard Nielsen. Denmark, another one. We've got international audiences tonight. So, excited for this game. A little bit of light relief from the Premier League, and then the FA Cup's always good. Well, not for Leeds, but it should be interesting. Yes, everybody just saying that they hope that we win. Archie Gray in the bench. Yes, I did notice that as well, Matt. Well, obviously I did because I put it in the graphic thing. That way. It's always reversed when I'm trying to do this. So, be an interesting one, taking Ayling out of his best position. Would be cool if we discovered that Rasmus has a talent in that role. Martin's saying, yeah, definitely. I think I'm worried about Ayling in there, but I probably trust Rasmus a little bit more in there. And I know people have criticised Rasmus, but we've seen how Firpo's improved when he's not been asked to be in the attack and high up the pitch the entire time. He was always getting caught out of position under Jesse Marsh's tactics and under Bielsa as well. It can't just be Jesse that takes the flak for that, but now Firpo has a bit more instruction of staying back a little bit. He's improved a lot more, and we could see that with Rasmus as well. So when we've seen him be flaky defensively, it could be to do with the positional play that Jesse Marsh was asking him to do. So hopefully he's a little bit more physical and a little bit more solid as a centre-back. It could backfire or it could go really well in there, and I'm hoping it goes really well. Jason's saying hopefully the guys play without too much anxiety tonight, unlike the league. Yeah, that's what I was saying as well. It's a break, isn't it? And it's momentary respite from the league. It's a chance for Javi Gracia as well to kind of see what these players are like, what these players are capable of, a little bit more data for him to look at in terms of his team selections and the way that he wants to set this team up. Because although I did that Tactics Explain video, he is quite flexible, Javi Gracia, and he will change the formation. The system will be similar, but he'll change the formation to suit certain opponents and stuff. So be interesting to see what he does at the weekend against Chelsea off the back of the evidence that he's got from the Southampton and tonight's game respectively. I feel like it goes to extra time tonight, you know. People asking for predictions. I feel like it's going to be extra time. It's going to be 1-1 or something like that. We're going to go to extra time and somebody's going to nick a late winner, but yeah. Could be penalties, but then we'll be streaming until gone 10 o'clock then. So hopefully we wrap it up before then. Beckford's just talking about Gnonto now and his shot creating action or goal creating action against Liverpool when we won that game, where he popped it into Bamford and Bamford flicks it up by accident and Somerville scored the winner, which is my pinned tweet on Twitter when I went mental after that goal and my microphone couldn't handle it. Since then, I've bought a really, really good microphone, the one that you see on like Joe Rogan's podcast and all the sort of best premium podcasts. I bought that microphone, so we shouldn't have too much microphone distortion if we do score. And I do scream, so it shouldn't be as bad. Wayne saying Melier needs to command the box tonight. Yeah, if it's going to be against Mitrovic, Melier is like 6'7", I think, or something like that. He needs to command that box. If it comes in, he has the ability to jump above obviously he's got his hands to be able to use as well. So I think that makes a big difference, and he should really command his box tonight against Mitrovic. Now going on to talking about Weston McKennie and Tyler Adams, the way that they've played together. I think their best game together by a mile was against Southampton at the weekend. The thing is, they're analysing Adams and McKennie and some of the other players like Nonto in different systems under different managers. So I know they've only got a small sample size of the Southampton game, but it's not that relevant the way that they've played under other managers. But yeah, McKennie was really good, I thought, against Southampton. But that when he went through and should have passed it in front of Aronson and just passed it behind him, that was disappointing. But overall, I think he played really well in that game. I think having Rocker in there as well probably gives McKennie a little bit more license to actually get forward tonight and play in some of those attacking positions and link up with more of the attackers. So it'd be interesting to see how the dynamic works with those in midfield tonight. Yeah, we're all watching on BBC in Britain. I may be slightly behind because I'm watching it on iPlayer. But let's say if a goal goes in, leave it 30 seconds before you put anything in the chat, just in case that I'm ahead of you, I'm behind you, because otherwise you won't get a natural reaction from me, which is what we try and do in these videos, but it doesn't always work out. But in other news, if anybody watching isn't subscribed, hi Joe, welcome to the chat. Are you not streaming at the exact same time? We're on 4,965 subscribers, so if anybody isn't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and try to get us to as close to 5k as we can. Hopefully throughout this stream we might actually hit that 5k mark. But the main thing tonight is that Leeds United get a win. Joey's streaming at the same time and commenting on my stream. Yes, everybody who's been in the chat, I know you're already subbed, because I've got it on sub-only mode, so you have to sub to chat. Just one of the tricks of the trade. Players are now walking out onto the pitch. We'll be kicking off in around 2 minutes' time. And like we said, bit of a weird one with Ayling and Rasmus in the positions that they're in. Well, Ayling's in his natural position, but Rasmus coming in as centre-back, and it'll be interesting to see how the dynamic works in that central midfield with McKennie, Adams and Rocker. I feel like McKennie will get a little bit more license to go forward in this game and try and link up with the attack in those forward positions. So it'll be interesting to see how much he does that, or how much he actually sits in with those three and tries to protect that back four. Here, Javi Gracia is walking along the touchline, clapping the Leeds fans. Luke is there. Luke from The Final Word, which I do on Joe's channel. There'll be one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. reacting to this game, so join us if you can. But Luke from Ought to Know Better podcast is there tonight, so we'll see if we can spot him in the crowd. There's a lot of memes made of him when he was at the Accrington Stanley game, me being one of them. Get yourself a man that looks like Mark Rocker like Luke does. Rob saying morning, looking forward to Ayling and getting an assist through a Fulham goal. We have now you're in the chat as well, Rob. We've got Australia, we've got Denmark, we've got Argentina, and we've got America, and we've got Britain as well. So we've got an absolute international audience tonight. What time is it? Just out of interest, what time is it where you are, Rob, and the American guys in Argentina as well? Let me know what time it is where you are, and whether I should be a bit more energetic to keep you awake. Yeah, so it looks a bit like a 4-2-3-1 actually, with McKennie sat in front of Adams and Rocker, a bit like what I expected it to be. I don't think maybe he will play as high as that. It'll be interesting to see. We'll sort of take it as it comes and see what it. 1:44 p.m. in Texas. The sun never sets in Leeds United's Empire. 6 a.m. About as good as it gets, really. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. It's actually worse for the people in Texas and Canada and stuff, isn't it? Oh, sorry. No, 1:45 p.m., not a.m. Yeah, so it's in the afternoon for them, so that's fine. Yeah, it's much worse for Europe at 6 a.m., but it's the best it gets, like you say, because, yeah, we're in opposite sides of the world, aren't we? Where your water goes down the plug all the other way. Tyler's saying that his predictions are 3-1 Leeds. I think I can see it being tighter than that because Fulham are a pretty good side, and they've put a quite strong team out as well. They've also got a couple of Americans in there as well, American guys in the chat, haven't they? Anthony Robinson and Tim Ream as well. It looks very cold where they are at Craven Cottage on the banks of the Thames, because Tyler Adams is going. And I've been there playing football in the absolute freezing cold. It's not pleasant on your fingers and toes. Let me just make sure that we've got it lined up. Yeah, just so that we can press play at the right time on the timer. Minute silence now for John Motson. I think it's just about to start. A minute silence now for John Motson. Oh, I think it's a minute's applause, actually. So I'll clap for Motti. He's the voice of football. As even at my age, the voice of football as I was growing up. Every time you watch Match of the Day, there he was with his iconic voice. And sadly passed away just the other week. So an excellent representative of the English game. Unbelievable commentator, and you just always remember his voice, don't you? You just grew up with him, hearing him if you're in Britain. He was always the commentator on Match of the Day. So really sad to see that he's passed away. About to kick off then. We're just running to our positions, and well, Melee is about 40 yards off his line at the moment, and Leeds are, that's it, Leeds are going for a huddle. Aileen giving a little bit of a team talk. You can just hear, we all love Leeds, we all love Leeds. Half of their main stand is empty. I don't know whether that's because they haven't sold tickets or because they're doing renovations on it or what, but I don't know. Also, by the way, I've got a new Instagram account just so that I had the handle and everything, so I'll be posting all my videos on there and stuff. Just kicked off now. So make sure you go and give me a follow on Instagram at Leeds Lately, as well as Twitter and stuff as well. So it's down there for the rest of the stream. Follow them then with a throw-in just outside Leeds' box. We've kicked off here. Time is going strong. Everything's working. Nice. Leeds just trying to win the ball back through Tyler Adams, and Nonto's managed it and won a throw in there. Their fans are dressed as seats, Renee is saying. Yeah, that would be a new one, wouldn't it? William saying, are you late on it? Well, there's I think a 5 to 7 second delay from when I talk to when you see it on the stream. And then also I'm watching on iPlayer, so there may be a little bit of a delay. But that's just the way it is on these streams. Some people like to pause the live TV and wait till they're synced up with my timer at the top, and other people just like to listen along regardless. Fulham trying to play a ball down the line here, but Rasmus has gone in and made a tackle. I've got to say that the quality on BBC is not that great, is it? I've got it on highest available on iPlayer, and it's a little... I can already hear the Leeds fans saying your support is effing poo, shall we say, in other words, which usually happens about half an hour into the game or in the second half, but it's happened right from the start. Oh, and football in a library. Yeah, going through the highlight reel of our of our songs against terribly quiet opposition fans. Fulham with most of the ball here so far, and only 2 minutes in, but Leeds have barely actually touched the ball here. Fulham have been a real surprise package this season. I'm interested to see as well. I need to stop saying interested to see. I'm looking forward to seeing how well Rutter does up front on his own, or Rutter up front on his own, because we haven't seen him start yet. I don't think he's only come off the bench, hasn't he? Or at least he hasn't started as a lone striker. So I'll be hoping to see him do some good stuff tonight, and maybe get himself a goal for a bit of confidence. Rob saying, no doubt their fans are keeping warm in the corporate suites. How could you be if, like, I suppose it's just where you're born or who your dad supports, or just who you grew up supporting. But I suppose, yeah, not many people get to choose what team they are going to support as an adult. But who would pick Fulham? Like, it just looks like the most sanitized, boring atmosphere. Like, you can't even call it an atmosphere. All you can hear is the Leeds fans. There has literally not been a peep from Fulham fans. I wonder if they even celebrate when they score a goal, or do they just go, bravo, bravo, very well done. What a great piece of football. Tim Ream now with the ball, passing it across to Tosin Adarabioyo. Fulham centre-backs just trying to drag their team up the pitch a little bit here. Adarabioyo plays a long ball out to the opposition touchline where Solomon is waiting. Now back to Robinson. Robinson tries to put it in the box, but only goes to the edge of the box, and I think that's McKennie's able to clear. It's genuinely, the stream is so bad from BBC Sport that it's actually hard to tell which player it is that are clearing the ball or kicking the ball at any given moment. Come on. Robin Koch just plays a pass straight past Firpo and into touch. Fulham have still got the ball here, trying to pass it through our midfield. Leeds got a foot in, but it's gone straight back to Fulham, and Fulham have got the ball here. They must have almost had 100% possession in this first 5 minutes, but Leeds trying to win it back here through Somerville. But Robinson's dealt with him, got the ball back, and Fulham have the ball again. They've done remarkably well this season, Fulham. They've made a few decent, smart signings, and they just seem to have really had a good run this year. Although Firpo does an excellent bit of defending against Harry Wilson there. Fulham have got the ball back again, though. After the Leeds clearance goes straight to a Fulham player. Come on, Leeds. Let's get the ball down. Let's get passing it. I saw when I was at the Southampton game, which if I don't know if you'll have probably seen on the channel, there was a match day vlog from that game. There was people behind me when Leeds are playing a mid block, so when the opposition have the ball with their centre backs or their full backs, Leeds will not go screaming after them and pressing them and running after them, trying to win the ball back like we did under Marsh and Bielsa as well. They'll sit back a little bit and they'll shuffle from side to side and try and force them into positions where they pass into the midfield, and then we try and win the ball back. But I had people behind me when Bamford and Aronson weren't pressing the centre-backs, screaming, going, run at him, press, what are you doing? People absolutely screaming. It's just like, I don't want to be like looking down on people who obviously pay money to go to the football every week. But how can you go to the football every week that many times and not understand? It's good ball in from Nonto to Somerville, but Somerville's touch doesn't let him down. How can you go to the football every week and not understand that they're not supposed to be pressing. Like, this new manager doesn't want them to press like that. If they're not running after the ball in like the 10th minute, then they're not supposed to be. But I don't feel that bad for slagging them off, because it was like a 60-year-old man and a guy in his 40s or 50s, and they turned around and started scrapping each other. So, like, grow up. Fighting your own fans, it's never good. But regardless, we move back onto more positive things, and 0-0 here at Craven Cottage. Fulham have still had most of the ball, but Leeds had a little opportunity there where Nonto's ball into the box just wasn't quite able to be controlled by Crescencio Somerville. The "We are champions, champions of Europe" chants are coming out. You're getting a season ticket next season, William. How are you managing that? Isn't the waiting list really, really long? Fulham still passing it around at the back here. I think Leeds are okay, having a little bit less possession here, but Ayling's nicked it from a ball forward. Somerville's now trying to drive into the Fulham half, gives it to McKennie. McKennie's on the edge of the box. McKennie cuts in and then gives it to Somerville, and Somerville can't quite reach there, and Marek Rodak is able to come out and claim that ball there. But excellent counter-attack from Leeds. This is exactly what you want to see. Ayling wins the ball, gives it into Somerville. Somerville drives into the opposition half, gives it into McKennie. Nice little touch from McKennie, takes out 2 Fulham players, but his final pass isn't quite there for Somerville. That's the thing that McKennie just needs to improve on. That's the only thing that he needs to improve on, is his final ball. We saw it, like I mentioned before, for Aronson in the Southampton game, and we've just seen it then again. Really, McKennie should be either having a shot there or finding an actual good pass. It was only a 5-yard pass into Somerville for Somerville to be able to have a shot on goal. So really, we need to be doing better with situations like that. The final ball needs to be better. Rob saying few things are more inspiring than 2 old blokes getting into a fist on. Are we still talking about fighting, or what you do in your own time, Rob, is up to you. Fulham now trying to counter-attack, but Leeds have got plenty of men back here. It's whether Fulham can fashion a chance through this. They tried to play the ball out to the other side and managed to do so. Ayling tracking his, getting Somerville to track his runner. The overlapping run of Anthony Robinson. Now Solomon tries to cut inside. Pings an absolute spoon, but it's managed to go to Cedric Suarez, but his touch has taken it out of play there. I forgot that Dan James played for them, and he was still our player. He's obviously ineligible tonight. Leeds seem to have their entire south stand, if that's the way around the stadium is. Leeds seem to have their entire south stand. That's why they're so loud. There's probably not that many less Leeds fans than there is Fulham fans. 40 quid, by the way. Going to just talk about that, how ridiculous that is. Fulham are charging 40 quid. Usually cup fixtures, you'd probably expect to spend about 20 quid on a ticket for an away game. Fulham charging 40 quid is ridiculous. Somerville looks like he's hurt his tailbone here, maybe. That seemed to be what he was holding. Could be likely to see somebody like Aronson come on for Somerville. Somerville looks like he's in a bit of trouble here. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, because he's been quite a bright spark for us in this game and against Southampton as well. Let's see who's warming up there. Can't quite tell. Obviously, Sam Greenwood suspended as well for this game, because he got 2 yellow cards over the 2 fixtures against Cardiff and or against Cardiff and then one against Accrington. Can't remember, but Somerville looks to have gone down here, hurt himself, and it might be Jack Harrison to come on for him. Phil saying looks like Rasmus at centre half and Ayling is a right back. Interested. Gracia chose Rasmus in the centre. Yeah, we were talking about this just before the stream started, Phil. We were just saying how under Marsh, the reason the fullbacks maybe struggled a little bit more was because the position and the job that they were actually being asked to do. So all the Leeds fans are singing, Jermaine Beckford scored a great goal in the scum hole. All up because they can see him up in the commentary gantry thing. But yes, sorry, like I was saying, maybe the fullbacks had struggled under Marsh because of the job they were being asked to do. And maybe Rasmus is quite a solid defensive player, so he might do a little bit better if he is in that central centre-back role. So I'd be interested to see how he does tonight. Because if he's strong there, then he gives us an extra option, and I'd definitely rather have anyone in there over Ayling, because I don't think Ayling's a very good right back, and I'm happy with Ayling as a right back, but as a centre back, it's a big no from me. So until we strengthen in the summer and get another right centre back in, if Rasmus can do a good job there, a better job than Ayling, then I'm all for it. Somerville seems okay now. He's playing on. He tries to get a ball into Ruta. Ruta tries to be strong, battles his way through there, but Fulham come out with the ball and then ended up putting it into touch anyway through Andreas Pereira, the on loan from Scum. You've literally only heard Leeds fans from start to finish. Alex Round saying, how do you think McKennie has looked so far since he's come in? Yeah, I think he struggled a little bit in the Everton game, but he made a lot of strong tackles in the Man United games, and his best game so far was the Southampton game. He's very good at those little interplay. He's actually got the ball now running down the right line against Cedric, and he's won a throw-in in a dangerous position. I think he's been okay. He can be a lot better, but he could be a lot better. But he just needs to work on his final ball. His interplay and his link up and his strength and winning headers and stuff is all very good in midfield. When he gets a little bit further forward, he does well in there. But it's his final ball. One for Aronson at the weekend, and then one for Somerville in this game as well. Apparently offside. Ruta scored, but it was offside. By the way, William, don't put anything like that in the chat before. Like, you'll be able to see from my timer that that's not going to have happened yet. So try not to put anything like that in the chat, because otherwise I'm literally going to go, oh, somebody's already told me, and I don't fake reactions or anything. So I don't fake reactions or anything, so yeah. Otherwise, I will have to not look at the chat, and then it means I can't talk to people, so I'd rather be able to look at the chat. I don't know if that was offside, or it was because McKennie pushed Harry Wilson when the corner came in, but scoring a goal will do a bit of confidence for Leeds. They should have really checked that, and if be saying they don't even check that, they should really. If that was a push, then I don't think there was that much in it. But Alan Shearer is saying that Leeds have had a good start, and you don't always need to have loads of the ball to have a good start. I think Leeds have done pretty well when they've had the counter-attacks. But Alex Rand saying flop. Who's a flop? Ailing about to take this throw in then. Fulham seem to have more of the ball here, but they're not very penetrative. Leeds are dealing with them quite well when they do get the ball, and then getting the ball forward well and creating some better chances. Is what better on BBC One, William? I'm watching it on my PC, so I can only watch it on iPlayer. Robin Cox sends the ball back to Meslier. Meslier sends it long. Makes an early decision and sticks with it. It's gone out for a throw in then just inside the Fulham half, and quarter of an hour in here, Leeds seem to have had the better of the chances. Fulham have had more of the ball, but that's not always a sign of them having actual dominance. Harry Wilson tries to go up for a header with Firpo, and it drops over the top of both of them, and it's going to go out for a goal kick, and Harry Wilson's let it go out, and it's gone out for a goal kick, which he obviously was expecting a corner. He's having a right go at the linesman. Sure, he's shouting abuse there at the linesman. Yeah, maybe it was a corner. You know, it looked like it may have come off the back of Firpo's head. Yeah, see, when Marouane Fellaini played, if a ball was skim the top of his afro, would that count as it like touching? I guess it would, wouldn't it? It would count as him touching it. Like it only skimmed like off the top of Firpo's curls there. Which obviously he's touched it, but a bald player wouldn't have touched that. So is that an unfair advantage? Should all players be bald? Imagine watching a game of football and everybody's bald. By you. You can just hear Leeds fans. It's so good supporting a club where the fans are loud and aggressive and just support the team no matter what. Nonto now with the ball. Gives it all the way back into Robin Koch. Robin Koch spreads it across to Rasmus. Rasmus plays a ball into Anthony Robinson, who was supposed to go to Somerville or Rute, but now Anthony Robinson's able to counter-attack and he's played it down the line. Manuel Solomon now with the ball. Solomon cuts back and Ayling is adjudged not to have fouled Solomon, even though I think he did trip him up there. But yeah, it seems a bit of a game of cat and mouse, this. A little bit of counter-attacking football. It's counter-attack on counter-attack, really, here. Nonto wins a good tackle there. Lukic as well, playing for these. Lukic played for Serbia in the Euros and was at Torino. And if you actually look back on the channel, there was a video I made on him because we were linked with him for a January move. But obviously that never happened and he's now gone to Fulham. So I wonder how he'll do tonight. I haven't really heard anything from him so far. Ball in the box then. Well done, Rasmus. Lukic tried to put a ball in the box for Mitrovic there, but Rasmus won the header before Mitrovic was able to get his volley away. So well done there from Rasmus. I feel like Rasmus could flourish in this role, you know. He seems a little bit uncomfortable as a right back on the ball. Maybe that suits him to be a little bit more of a defensive right centre back. I'll be interested to see how he gets on tonight. God, I need to stop saying interested to see. Now I've said it, and now I've said I shouldn't say it. It's constantly coming into my mind to say, and it's annoying. Firpo now with the throw in then. Oh, McKennie trying to break now. He's brought down here. But it was adjudged to be a fair tackle. Junior Firpo's getting the Junior Firpo treatment again, which he got at Southampton. Obviously, that wasn't on the TV, so not that many people would have got it. But I was there in the stadium, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Junior Firpo had his own chant when he's been slated for years now. Well, yeah, 2 years now. Oh, lost the ball here. Shot. What a goal. Polinia's just absolutely banged one in from miles out. Ah! What a goal. What a goal. That comes from us losing the ball on the counter-attack. Silly mistake. Lost the ball on the counter-attack and he's banged it in there. That should never have happened. Leeds win the ball back from Robinson there. Tyler Adams gets the ball, tries to pass it to Rocker or McKennie, can't tell. And then, Adams given the ball straight to Polinia. He tries to give it to Rocker, gives it straight to Polinia, and then Polinia just bang, great goal. But seriously, Adams, come on, man. You can't be giving the ball away like that. That's an unbelievable strike. And the thing is, that's so annoying because it's against the run of play. We've had the better chances. we've had the better attacks, and Fulham have now punished us for giving the ball away in a stupid position, and now Rasmus has just given it away as well, but Leeds have won it back again. Tyler Adams into Nonto's feet, and we've got a mountain to climb now. Mark Rocker tries to spread it out to the right-hand side, where Ayling's waiting. Ayling's won a header into Somerville. Ball into Rocker. Rocker to shoot. Oh, good save by Rodak. Straight back out to Robinson. That is, Renee's saying it's incredibly frustrating. Yes, it is definitely frustrating. We've had the better of the chances so far, and Adams has gone and given it away to Palhinha, who's, to be fair, produced an unbelievable strike and a great goal. But really, we should not be giving the ball away like that. If only Rocker could have done the exact same thing there, that would have been unbelievable. Ball down the line here from Fulham, but Koch is able to clear it. Yeah. When it's 0-0, you think maybe Leeds have got a chance, but now we've gone 1-0 down. I mean, I did call 1-1 and then extra time, so let's have a little prayer that classic from William. As soon as we concede, we need to concentrate on the Prem. Literally right now, like, we are playing a game of football, so it doesn't really matter about the Premier League. Like, in this moment, we can still go and try and get a goal. And it's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's only 23 minutes in. And we need to go and get a goal. But we've got plenty of time. As long as we don't go 2-0 down, which I shouldn't say really, should I? Whilst we're passing it around at the back. And they're trying to press us. Robin Koch with the ball into Wilfred Nonto. Nonto turns his man and tries to get the ball into McKennie, but he manages to retain possession anyway. Ooh. Alan Shearer's talking about how we made a positive start, but been punished for a mistake, and that's exactly what's happened. And Somerville now tries to break, though, and he's going to be brought down here, and that's definitely a yellow card. And if it's not, then Lukic should get a yellow card for that, because Somerville's on the break, he's on a counter-attack, and he's been tripped from behind. It's cynical. It's a yellow. By the letter of the law, by the book, that's a yellow card. So is it just because it's early on? Got a free kick. Yeah, literally the definition of a yellow card, Rob, isn't it? Lee's got a chance to put the ball in the box now. Mark Rocker's going to take this free kick. He's not going to shoot from there. It's too far out, but he will try and get the ball in the box. Oh, no, he won't. He gives it into Nonto. Nonto then plays it down the line to Rasmus Christensen, who, let's not forget, is the right centre-back. His ball into the box is not great. But Leeds have still got the ball. Rocker plays it out wide to Willie Gnonto. Gnonto against his man. Oh, and Leeds have won a throw in here. It was actually Mitrovic who made that tackle, I think. Leeds have won another throw in here. Gnonto gives it back to Firpo. Firpo into Gnonto, and then Fulham are quick to press and get the ball. But it's only gone back to Robin Koch. 1-0, and you still don't sing. Ball through to Ayling, and he can't quite keep it in. Yeah, the ball's just not. It's just that final pass isn't there. But yeah, just seen a replay of that unbelievable strike. It's. If you remember when we played West Ham, it's almost a very similar goal to what Scamacca did against us when Aronson tried to play it back to Rocker and played it just past him. And then Scamacca just bang, put it in the bottom corner from 25 yards out. Palhinha's just done that, but with an even better strike. So we just need to not give the ball away in that position. Now Cedric's got the ball, attacking onto Leeds, onto the edge of the box for Manal Solomon, puts it into the box for Anthony Robinson, and Leeds are able to get the ball clear through Luke Ayling, who plays a nice outside of the foot pass into Wilfred Gnonto, who somehow manages to keep the ball against 2 players and play a long ball to try and release Crescencio Somerville. Somerville now with the ball in the box and tries to keep it in, and it's just gone to toss in Adarabioyo rather than his teammate Ruter. But yeah, Ruter didn't get there in time for it to try and pick up the bits when Somerville played that back into the box. But he really should have been there, Ruter. He just didn't break his neck to get there. Nice ball down the line from Rocker, but Gnonto's touch is not there. But Gnonto's won the ball back. That's what I like about Gnonto. He always, even though he seems to lose the ball sometimes, he always manages to win it. Disgraceful that the goal. Evie saying disgraceful that the goal's ruled out for the most blatant dive I've seen in a long time. Zaha would be proud. Yeah. I only saw the one replay of it, but it didn't. It looked soft that would be given as a foul. So if it was that, and some people were saying it was offside, but I think it was that, and it's just a bit disappointing, that, isn't it? I'll have to see it back again to see how bad it really was. Mark Rocker with the ball. Nice little line breaking pass. Gnonto now got it. Gives it back into Rocker. Rocker plays a nice ball to the back post where Ayling heads it across, and Ruter nearly gets on the end of it. And Rasmus shoots! Oh, and we've scored, and it's offside. Second goal, and it's offside. It'll be checked by VAR, but get yourself back on side, Gnonto. You've got to, mate. Yeah. No, that's a perfectly fair enough offside call. He just shouldn't have. He just shouldn't have been there. He should have made sure he got back with the line just in case of any rebounds there. And I don't even know if it's laziness, Rob. I think it maybe is just more like he thinks, I don't know, he just thinks it's gone. But play to the whistle, just be alive no matter what. Robin Koch now with the ball. Carries it forward a little bit, gives it into Mark Rocker. Rocker back to Adams. Adams, who we've seen against Southampton, starts dropping into the back three a little bit to pick the ball up, much like what we used to see Calvin Phillips do. So that always helps out the defence as well with trying to distribute the ball. Somerville now with it against Anthony Robinson. Somerville gives it into Ayling. Ayling back to Adams. Rasmus now with the ball. Rasmus, nice little pass into Somerville, who lays it off. Rocker now with the ball out to McKennie, and Leeds are just keeping possession here and sustaining a little bit of pressure, hoping to get in there and open up that back line and create a chance. At the moment, just being patient though, stroking the ball around. Ball now with Ayling. Leeds just into play, keeping the ball. Apart from that flick around the corner from Rocker that went to nobody. But Leeds are going to try and win it back, I assume, quickly. Rocker's brought down his man. And it's going to be a quick free kick taken by Fulham. I'm not a fan of the orange shorts as well, but the only reason that we're wearing the orange shorts is because they've got black shorts on. I don't think this kit comes with orange shorts normally. I think it comes with the charcoal shorts normally. I think it's only because they've got black shorts on and you can't wear the same shorts as the opposition. Leeds trying to win the ball back here and do through Junior Firpo and Mark Rocker, and then they've got a throw in. Come on, Leeds. Firpo with the ball inside from the throw-in. McKennie gives it back to Christensen, whose touch isn't great, but luckily there's nobody near him. Into Ayling. Ayling tries to play it down the line. Good ball into McKennie. McKennie trying to hold the ball up, but getting pushed a little bit. But the ball's been taken off him, but gone out for a throw-in. It's a bit of a bitty game, a bit of a scrappy game in terms of what's going on in the midfield. But Leeds have had the ball in the back of the net twice, obviously unfairly. But if Nonto was onside, that would have counted, and the first one probably should have counted as well, given that it was barely a foul. But yeah, we need to score an actual goal. Manor Solomon's just run through our midfield and given it out wide to Harry Wilson. Wilson coming into the box now, and he's been tripped, but he's managed to stay up, and he still stays up even though he takes another shoulder barge from Rocker and falls and manages to get back up again. Pereira now into the box. Mitrovic there, but Robin Koch and Mitrovic, 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, I think there, both fall over, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. Looks more like Mitrovic is holding Koch than Koch's holding Mitrovic. Please don't take that out of context. I just realised. I just realised what I said. Mitrovic is holding Robin's shirt. Oh no, maybe Robin's got his arm around Mitrovic's head as well, but Mitrovic throws himself to the ground regardless. Nice little flicked ball from Andreas Pereira there, but Ayling's able to get there with Tamsterman saying it's getting scrappy, which will suit them. Yeah, but we've had the ball in the back of the net twice. I feel like we've got it in us to score another goal here. We just need to make sure we do one that's legal. Ruter holding the ball up well there and giving it out to Somerville. Somerville's touch, though, lets him down. Ryan Tune saying he's subscribed. Thank you, mate. That's one closer to 5k. We're not far off now, so thanks for subscribing, mate. Firpo now with the ball. Give it out wide. That's it. Into Nonto's feet. Nonto inside. McKennie tries to play a ball over the top. It's going to get to Ruter. No, it's not. He looks like he's maybe been brought down a little bit by Tosin, but it's going to be given as offside anyway. It's going to be given as offside anyway. Yes, for those of you who have just subscribed and only just stumbled across my channel from this stream, it's not just the live streams. I also do the match reactions, the tactical analysis, match day vlogs, scouting reports about new players who are linked and who are probably going to come in, telling you about how they can fit into our team and all that sort of stuff as well. So plenty of content on the channel. Looks like there might have been a VAR check with an incident with Gnonto. Adam B saying, you Leeds fans think you're proper hard, mate. To be fair, you're the one who sounds like a bit of a hard man. If you're using M8 as mate and spelling proper, then to be fair, you must be top dog. So, like, we'll back down to that because that does sound scary. Fulham throw in here. Fulham with a little flick on here, another flick on into the box, but able to be cleared by Rasmus into the midfield. Tosin's won it because he's about 8'9", but it's adjudged to have been a foul by Ruter on him. Come on. We've got it in us to get a goal here. We've already had the ball in the back of the net twice, so we've shown that they are beatable. But we just need to stop giving the ball away in midfield. Ball into the box here from Fulham. Wilson tries to get in, and Gnonto's able to clear, but only as far as Tosin, who has it. It's our turf, mate. Fulham FC. You literally can't even spell your own club's name, so I don't know what that says about you. Over to the opposite side where Pereira's waiting. Pereira gives it back into Robinson, into the midfield, back again. Nice little interplay by Fulham here, trying to get forward. Cedric tries to put a first-time volley into the box, but it only goes directly upwards, and now Gnonto may have a little bit of a chance to break, but he's turned around and given it to Rocker, and Adams has won a free kick. Yeah, a bit of a bitty, scrappy game so far. The difference being us making one mistake and letting them have that shot, which obviously turned out to be an excellent goal. McKennie plays the ball out to Somerville, and Somerville just manages to maintain control of it. Somerville needs help here and gets it in the end, but ends up winning himself a throw-in. Don't give them any free therapy. Why do you keep saying mate and we run this gaff? You're literally the most embarrassing club in the Premier League. All of your fans are sat down. You can't fill the stadium. They're all quiet. It's like a library. I'd rather get relegated than support Fulham before we catch illiteracy. Oh, wait, that was just the one message. Let's put him in timeout. There we go. How embarrassing. Usually we only get somebody trying to troll us in the chat if it's against Scum or something, but this time we had a Fulham fan. The one Fulham fan. The one Fulham fan who's not at the game decided to come and join the chat. Leeds now with an opportunity, though, through this free kick. Rocker with a chance to get the ball into the box. Last time he played it short, hoping this time that he actually puts the ball in the box and one of our players can try and get on the end of it. But, yes, Rocker with the ball into the box. Oh, it's gone through everyone and bounced straight to the goalkeeper. It was a good ball in that. If somebody could have just got a touch on it, that would have been a goal. Yeah, exactly what I just said. I'm glad that Alan Shearer agrees with me. Great minds and all that. Somebody should have got across the front post, he was saying, and like I said, somebody should have been running in there. That was a great ball if anybody had just got a little touch on it. We only need 31 subscribers till 5k now. Anthony Robinson plays the ball down the line. Solomon gets it, but Ayling manages to do well to take it off him. Gives it into Rasmus, and Rasmus clears straight to a Fulham player. I swear Rasmus, when he actually has the ball, can't find a man with the pass. He just looks... He looks like he's swinging a golf club at it. Like, it looks like his technique's all wrong and everything. I mean, as an actual centre-back in terms of winning the ball and defending, he's been quite good. But, like, actually passing it and finding teammates, he's really not been up to standard. Like, he just keeps passing it to the opposition. It's a bit worrying, really, that he can't kick a ball. And he's just charged out of the back line there. I don't know what that was about. Solomon plays it across. Cedric tries to shoot and hits Firpo. They're claiming it's going to be a handball. But, I mean, if it was going to take his head off... Five minutes to go till half-time then. Yeah, we actually had... I don't know if the Danish guy is still in the chat. We had a Danish guy before. Where was he? Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I can't remember what his name was. He said something in the chat and said he was watching from Denmark. But if you are still in the chat, my Danish friend, if you're still here, what do you think of Rasmus? What do you think of Rasmus Christensen and what you've seen of him at international level and stuff as well? Because I think he's defensively, he looks like a good defender, but in terms of actually passing the ball, I just can't see. Like, he just can't pass the ball. I need to concentrate on the game a bit here. I think Ruta was a bit weak there. Leeds have got the ball back now, though, through a little bit of a counter-attack. Nonto's isolated and he's been kicked by, I think that was Polinia. It should be a yellow card, that. Yeah, Alan Shearer's saying every time Leeds try and break, they just bring our players down, and if they're not going to be punished for it, they're just going to continue to do it. That's like the third or fourth time that they need a yellow card. Phil saying Leeds have lost the last 5 games with this ref, but Leeds are undefeated in the last 3 games. He was the 4th official for. Yeah, he does. I don't know. He's just somebody. He's one of those refs who's like a bit of a, like, he's scared to make decisions and scared to give people cards. Really, the one that happened early on when someone got brought down on a counter-attack against Somerville, I think it was, that should have been a yellow card. And by the letter of the law, that Palhinha one that's just happened should have been a yellow card as well. So Rocker now with the ball into the box. It's gone towards the back post and over everyone. It's just like the quality's not there. It's just, yeah, it's the quality of our passes into the final third, including like set pieces and stuff. It's not good enough. I mean, Rocker produced a really good cross in before, but that one was not good enough. And like you don't get that many chances in a game to put a ball into a dangerous area. Solomon's just done about 3 Leeds players and then tried to put it in the box, but it's been defended well by Tyler Adams. Rob saying English referees are terrible, especially considering the amount of money in the league. You're right, they're absolutely dreadful compared to when you see like Champions League referees or World Cup referees, and you're like, oh my God, he's making decisions, he's being consistent, he's being strong, he's doing everything right. And then you go back to the Premier League and you watch, or Premier League or FA Cup, just English referees in general, and you think these are absolutely shocking. Short free kick from Pereira. Pereira now gets the ball back off the 1-2, tries to put it in the box low. It's bounced to Mitrovic, but I'm sure he was offside, but Leeds have managed to clear anyway. We've got nobody up the pitch. Only Gnonto and Ruter now getting there. Leeds trying to win the ball back here. Tim Ream now brings the ball forward into the Fulham half. Looks like the added time's about to come up on the board in a second. I don't know how long it'll be. Surely it won't be very long because I don't think we've really had many stoppages this half. But it's we'll talk about it more at half time, but it's really disappointing for me because we started this game brightly, and that goal came from just an error, which we've just made another one. Firpo's been tackled in the midfield, and it's gone to Pereira. Pereira now tries to put it in the box for Anthony Robinson. Robinson across, and Rasmus makes an excellent tackle, and then Ayling's fouled in the box. Does an Ayling flop, wins us a free kick. Good bit of defending from Rasmus there, getting his body in the way, getting his body on the line. But again, we're giving the ball away. It hit Rasmus right on the number on his back, so it wasn't a handball or anything. But really, we shouldn't be giving the ball away like that. McKennie tries to pass it back, and he's given the ball away again. But Rockham wins it back well, gives it into McKennie. McKennie now with the ball inside to Gnonto. Gnonto passes it into McKennie. McKennie tries to shoot, but it's blocked, and it's gone to a Fulham player in Andreas Pereira, who's managed to get it to Mitrovic, but Leeds are trying to force him back into his own half. Oh, bollocks, is that a free kick? 3 minutes added time then. 3 minutes added time. Fulham have won a free kick. Rob saying doesn't understand the criticism Rocker gets. Is it that English fans don't like Spanish people? No, it's not that. I think some people genuinely in general, a lot of football fans are very easily influenced by general consensus and general opinion. And I think when one person starts slagging off Rocker, somebody's like, "Oh yeah, he was bad, and then it just snowballs on social media, and people all just jump on the bandwagon of saying someone's bad just for the sake of it. But Rocker's not a bad player. A lot of the time, other people let him down with passes into his feet, and he's actually a very good player, a very good technical midfielder with his passing. Adams with the ball through to McKennie. McKennie on the left-hand side tries to put it forward into the box. Somerville now with the ball. Somerville tries to fashion an opportunity, but Adams gives it out wide again to Nonto. Nonto into the box. Nonto curls it to the back post. Ruter with a header. Hits the post. Oh! It's come back out again. Nonto with the ball. Another ball into the box. Ruter. Oh! It goes right through his legs. Oh, Ruter. I feel sorry for him. Nonto does really well the first time, crosses it in. Ruter's header is really good, but hits the post. And then Ream tries to clear it, at least get another ball in, and it goes right through Ruter's legs. Oh, if that had just come back and hit the goalkeeper in the back of the head and gone in, that would have been perfect. Excellent. Yeah, Rob saying excellent header there. He did really well, Ruter, to direct that and to get that on target. Really, really good header. I'm just going to go for a quick break, as in I will be 30 seconds or less, and then we'll be back to talk. And then we'll be back to talk about what happened in that first half. Hello, I am back. Yeah, again, the story of Leeds United was that first half, and let's not forget that Gracia has only had a few days really with this team, and realistically, he's not going to be able to get his ideas fully across yet. But I think we've played a lot better than we did under Jesse Marsh. The way that we're playing at the moment is a lot better. We seem more solid. The only thing is sometimes our passes are bad, and we give the ball away in stupid positions in the midfield. Tyler Adams gave it straight to Polinia then, when his ball should have gone into Rocker's feet or just gone into a different direction. And an excellent finish by Polinia, but Leeds have had the ball in the back of the net twice and nearly had it in the back of the net 3 times, with that excellent Ruter header at the end of the first half. And it came off the post and bounced back out, which is the story of the half. But positive signs. People do not despair, because there are positive signs. We look like we... let's have a look at this this decision, actually. Jermaine said it's a ridiculous decision. Yeah, so we're looking at this now. McKennie runs towards Wilson. A slight push, and Harry Wilson's leapt out the way. Yeah, it's soft. It's soft. William, it gets uploaded automatically once the stream's finished. It'll just stay up anyway. Renee is saying that he thinks that we look much improved. Yeah, I do think we look much improved. And we've created chances. And I think it's a soft decision not to give that first goal when the corner came in and McKennie pushed it. McKennie did a little push in the back, but I mean it's soft. But you'd have probably disputed that if it was against us. If somebody had tried to push against us, you'd have probably disputed it as well. So let's zoom in a little bit actually. There we go, that's better. I'm more full screen now. Yes, welcome K-Bone, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I thought you weren't here. I thought you usually were, but obviously you didn't realise it was on. We've been okay. Apart from conceding that goal and the ball into the final third, the final ball sometimes is just not quite good enough. But realistically, we've had the ball in the back a couple of times, been disallowed. We just need to start thinking about the final ball and making sure that we actually get that right. Jason saying, imagine our old way of defending against the speed of their attack. We definitely look more solid at the back. Yeah, we definitely do. I think we look a lot better defensively and we look a lot stronger. They'd probably be beating us by a few goals if we were playing our old way with their attackers and the way that they've been playing this season. So I think we're much improved and I think people need to not panic yet. Darren saying take Somerville off dreadful. Somerville's actually been one of our better players, I think. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but Somerville is the one that's driving us up the pitch. He's the one that's trying to make those runs in behind, trying to create something. And that chance where he ran all the way through and tried to cut it back. He tried to cut it back, but Ruta wasn't there, and that was Ruta's fault for not getting in the box and not getting up with play. But then again, some of the other times, Ruta has been good. That chance where he hit the post at the end of the half really well. It was going behind him, and he manages to lean back, get his head on it, bit of power in it, and it hits the post. So I think Ruta has done okay, but not fantastic. There, I've got rid of Adam B permanently now because he keeps waiting for the timeout to end and then coming back in again because he's weird. Let's put a poll in the chat. Let's see who we think should we bring on. Oh, I've got Christensen on the bench as well as in the first team. I don't know who I've replaced him for, but I can't sort that now, so we'll have to leave it like that. But I've noticed that I've made a mistake there. And who else have we got on the bench that we could possibly bring on? It's Harrison that I haven't put on the bench. Yeah, let's put this in the chat. So in the chat, I've just put a poll of which substitute you think would come on and affect this game most. For me, I think Bamford could help Ruta if he played up front with him, but then you're also kind of risking, aren't you, playing Bamford as well? So, yeah, just have a little look at the poll in the chat and vote for who you want to come on. And then we'll talk about how we think that they'll improve the performance. Oh my God! I'm just watching the highlights of the Leicester game. Yeah, Blackburn nearly scored. I don't know what the score actually was at halftime. Leicester seem to be doing terribly though. Yeah, Blackburn are 1-0 up at this point in the highlights. Great goal. it looks like most people are wanting Bamford at the moment. We'll leave it a minute or so, but look, some people are voting for Aronson as well. Yeah, I can see a need for Aronson as well, trying to stretch that back line, but we need to think about also the other games. By the way, Brighton beating Stoke 1-0, Blackburn beating Leicester 1-0, Fulham beating us 1-0, and Man City beating Bristol City 1-0 as well. So it's 1-0 in every game, and we're the only away side who's not 1-0 up in tonight's fixtures. Oh, the poll is changing. It's now Aronson. Aronson's energy would change the game state. Don't need Bamford producing any more missed big chances. I'd like to see Bam not whiff. We need a cherry picker, not Bamford. What is structure he is playing? I'm not sure what that means, Jeff. Not Bamford. What is structure is he playing? Oh, okay. No, Bamford's on the bench, and it looks a bit more like a 4-3-3 with McKennie sitting in front of Rocker and Adams in midfield. So it would kind of be a straight swap for Ruter, unless you put Ruter out on the wing, and you swapped around some of the other players to accommodate Bamford in there. Or we could go back to playing two up top. I think it's hard to say because Aronson's winning at the moment, but I don't know how much effect he has on this game if he does. Yeah, interesting to see the three midfielders together. I like it. Yeah, I thought that I would, but at the moment it's not been that great. Let's just pause that and take it back. Yeah, so let's end the poll now. And then let's have another poll now. Aronson. Let's think about who's Aronson's going to come on for. So Aronson won the poll of who should come on, and now I'm going to put a poll in of who we think that he should be replacing if he does come on. Sub Rasmus out, they've chosen him as a weakness. Well, the thing is with Rasmus, he's defensively he's actually been good. It's his he's been pretty poor with his passing of the ball, and all. Yeah, that does still give the ball away, and that does still cause us issues. So yeah, maybe we do need to think about that. But we've got no Cooper. We've only got Diego Montero really, who could come on and do that job. So I don't think Verba's even in the squad. So who else could we really put on there other than Montero, who's 18? A lot of people saying Somerville. Yeah, a lot of people saying Somerville. A few people saying McKennie as well. Not many people saying Nonto. Rocker is returned from injury, so he will make way in midfield, although he would miss his longer passing. Yeah, and maybe we leave Adams a bit further back, but they've got like three in midfield, so we kind of need to keep three in midfield. We saw what happened against Everton when they had Doucouré, Onana, and they had another midfielder in there as well. I can't remember who it was. But when they had three in there and we only had two, we got completely overrun. So we need to think about keeping three in that midfield there. But I can people are shouting for Somerville, for Aronson to be the one coming on for Somerville, but Somerville's I don't know. I think Somerville's okay. I think yes, he actually did hurt himself as well. Rob's reminding me. He did hurt himself in that first half, but he. I don't know. I feel like he's been one of the players that's actually been trying to break beyond the final line and get in behind and stretch the back four. But it's just whether his injury is actually gonna need to be rested or not. But I can see why you would say maybe for Aronson to come on for Somerville. And the thing is now, at least we've got options. at least we've got options to come off the bench. So, I mean, the middle of last season, just before Christmas, when we were against Arsenal and we had like a youth team on the bench, like it was awful. It was horrendous. But we have actually got some options now. So let's hope that we can bring someone on and actually have a bit of impact off the bench. I think we've got it. We've got it in us. We've got it in us to get a goal against these and take it to extra time even. Definitely, because we've had the ball in the back of the net a couple of times and Reuter's hit the post and then really we should have Blackburn have scored again against Leicester. Yeah, Blackburn are 2-0 up against Leicester. Yeah, second half going to be kicking off in a few minutes' time, but we did all right in that first half, and we created chances, but really we just need to put one in the back of the net before too long of the game goes by, and at least we can build on that then. But we've had chances, we've created opportunities, we've hit the post, we've had the ball in the back of the net a couple of times, even though they were disallowed. So really, we need to just get the ball in the back of the net. Gary Lineker's just talking about the Leeds fans singing Jermaine Beckford scored a great goal in the scum. And they're all laughing about it in the studio because they were all pointing up at the box and singing it to him. And Jermaine's like, oh yeah, it's a nice song. It's a nice song. We are about to kick off again, so just waiting for this kickoff, and then I'll hit the timer and we'll get straight back into this half. Don't know if Leeds have made any substitutions. Once bloody Marco Silva gets his jacket zipped up, then we'll eventually be able to get this game underway. Bloody hell, hurry up. No changes. No changes. Let's get this second half kicked off and Reuter can go and get himself a goal. Come on, Reuter. Come on, Leeds. Second half is kicked off now. Underway at CRAVEN Cottage. There you go. Steve Bowers just said the second half of their 12th consecutive away FA Cup tie. That's how ridiculous our draws have been. Away 12 times in a row. It's ridiculous. Good little touch there from Tyler Adams. Wins it back, gives it back into Meslier, and Leeds are able to try and build from the back here at the start of this second half. Meslier tries to send it long, but it's gone straight to a Fulham player. Oh, get up. Sometimes people go down in slow motion. I don't know who that was. Polinia maybe, or Harry Wilson. Got a slight tap, and then a second later he then goes down. It's stupid. Stupid when people do that. I'm really annoyed at myself that I've accidentally put Christensen on the bench as well as on the pitch as well. Mr. Harrison was the one that I missed. But I was trying to do it quickly before. Leeds have won the ball back through Mark Rocker. Mark Rocker tries to play it through to Jorginho Reuter, and Marek Rodak is out because Rocker's passes over hit to Reuter. Didn't really give him a chance to get on the end of that and get it a shot away, but he just needs to take it off it, and that's what I'm talking about as well. That final ball, the final pass into the final third, it just needs to be so much better, and just hasn't been this season. in general, but especially this game. We've had so many times where we've had the ball in good areas with people making runs, and the ball into them's just not quite good enough. Polini tried to play a ball over the top, but Leeds are able to win it back, and now Rocker has it and tries to flick it around the corner for Somerville. Somerville tries to get his body between the ball and Anthony Robinson. Does well and gets it into McKennie. McKennie tries to hold it up, but can't quite, and he's pulled away from it by a Fulham player. Harry Wilson now is going to try and spread the play out wide, and really, really good pass into Andreas Pereira. Pereira now coming just across the edge of the box. Manages to get it into Harry Wilson again. Good tackle by Tyler Adams, but straight back to a Fulham player. Tim Ream now with the ball. Leeds are getting into the defensive shape here, so they're hard to break down. They've nicked the ball again through McKennie. Leeds have got a chance to counter-attack here. It's 3-on-2. Ball into Nonto. Nonto into the box. Nonto shoots. Good save by Rodak. Good opportunity that from Leeds. Leeds have got the ball back again here. Ayling tries to put it into the box. It goes all the way to the back post. Terrible ball from Ayling. Stupid way to end the attack. See, that was when the final ball was right from Ruter. He's running through, he's got two men, and he passes it straight into the path of Wilfred Nonto. It takes him a little bit wide, and Rodak is able to make a save. But again, it's good, positive play from Leeds on the counter-attack, getting men forward, having a chance to shoot, and it's saved well by Rodak. But again, the final ball from then Ayling trying to get it into the box isn't good enough. Rasmus is pressing Mitrovic all the way into his own half, and now Rasmus isn't at the back, and Cedric Suarez is trying to break here whilst we've not got any Rasmus back in the defence. Rasmus needs to get back in here quick as possible. He's now back in the back line. He needs to watch his shoulder though, because Mitrovic was there, but the ball hasn't gone into the box. Wilfred Nonto now has it on the left-hand side. Gives it back into Mark Rocker, or Robin Koch, I think it is. It's so hard to tell on this stream. Rocker tries to play a ball over the top for Somerville, and Somerville can't quite get the final touch on it. But positive again for Leeds. Aronson, Bamford and Harrison are warming up, which is literally all the substitutions that I mentioned in the poll before. So you can imagine that any number of them are going to come on at some point soon to try and change this game. But at the moment, Leeds are doing okay. They just need to be wary that they're not caught on a counter-attack like they might be here. Bad ball from Lukic, and it's gone all the way out for a Leeds throw-in with Junior Firpo on the far side there. Yeah, it's an okay start to this second half. Good opportunity there for Nonto. Maybe took it a little bit wide, like Jason's saying. But that's just the way that the opportunity presented itself. It was a good shot from Nonto across the goalkeeper, like you're always taught to do. But it needs a better ball in from Ayling after that. Now Somerville has the ball and crosses it into Ruter. Ruter now with the ball in the box. Ruter tries to shoot. Saved by Rodak. Jorginho's doing better here. Ruter's getting into the game a little bit here. I can see what he's trying to do. He needs to not get too frustrated. He's doing well in this second half. Ruter, he's doing exactly what we want him to do. He just needs to get a better. He needs to get a better strike on it. Tom saying I'm late. What are they? 3 in the midfield. Yeah, Rocker, Adams with McKennie sat in front. Rodak sounds like a wall. Rodak, the chances that we've actually had haven't been, like the shots that we've actually had haven't tested him massively. The only one that did was the Ruter header at the end of the first half, and he didn't even touch that. It looped over the top of him and hit the post. So we need to test him more, really, because our strikes haven't been unbelievably powerful or accurate or anything like that. The saves that he should be making. So we just need to get some more shots away. How's it working? Rocker and Adams in the pivot. Rocker and Adams, yeah, they're doing well at picking up the ball. Adams giving it into Rocker, and Rocker playing those decent passes with a bit more length on them. But the only issue is that sometimes their short passes to each other are getting intercepted and we're giving away chances through that way, and that's how they scored their goal. So they just need to be a bit more wary, but Ruta's done well here. Ruta coming inside. He's inside the box now. Shoots! Oh, not a bad effort from Ruta. He's getting into the game. Now you can sort of see the potential in Ruta. It's against a Premier League side. He's turning players inside out. He's getting shots away. He's doing well here. You can see what Ruta is trying to do, and I think he's on for a goal in this game if he keeps playing like this, because one of those chances will fall for him. Attempts, Fulham 3, Leeds 7 at the moment. Ruta's doing better. I think he just needed a little bit of time to get into the game and to get into English football in general. And he hadn't played since before the World Cup because of the Bundesliga not restarting yet. So I think we always needed to give him a little bit of time. I think he just came with a hefty price tag, or for Leeds anyway, a hefty price tag, a record signing. But I think you're paying for potential there rather than paying for a finished article. He's only 20 years old, remember. Ruta is only 20 years old, so... For me, yeah, Jorginho's been much better in this second half than he was in the first half, and much better in general than he has been so far. But yeah, Ruta, like people are saying in the chat, he was rusty when he joined, and he hadn't played in ages. Against Accrington, you saw flashes of what he's about, the balls that he was able to put into the box, the way he was able to run at players and stuff like that. You saw what he was about. But obviously, it's a lot easier to do that against Accrington Stanley than it is to do it against Premier League opposition. But I think he's just improving week on week now. So let's hope that this is the time where he gets his first goal and gets that confidence in him for the Premier League action. Rob saying about, to me, you learn everything about a player's ability from their first touch. First touch correlates with quality footballers. Yeah, sometimes if you see somebody take consistently dodgy touches, you're like, ooh, that's rough. He's not going to be technically good. But somebody like Harrison, when the ball drops to him and he just pulls it out of the air with his absolute pillow foot, you're like, okay, yeah, technically very good. How's Rasmus? Rasmus is defensively... I don't know. Rasmus seems to be chasing into the opposition half a little bit. Defensively, oh God, counter-attack here. Long ball out to Harry Wilson. It's first time Leeds have really had themselves turn around here. Wilson tries to play a ball to the back post. Robin Koch is able to head it away, but only straight to Manor Solomon. Solomon tries to cross the ball into the box. Rasmus is able to get it to the edge of the box again, but it's gone straight to a Fulham player. And now Leeds have won it back. Now Leeds can try and break, but it's given to Anthony Robinson. Rasmus, defensively, very good in terms of winning the ball back and blocking things and winning headers. Very good. When he actually has the ball, really bad at finding feet, really bad at playing it into his teammates' feet, and he's given the ball away in quite a few bad positions. I really hope he can improve that, but it doesn't look great. But defensively, I think he's been good. But he does seem to want to charge out a little bit and follow his man. I don't know if he's been told to do that, but it seems a little bit Bielsa-ish. Towards the end of Bielsa's time, when we had Llorente running into the opposition half, following a striker, and then a massive gap just being opened up behind. Which was obviously then the game plan for opposition teams. And Rasmus is kind of getting dragged about a little bit. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Ball into the box from Cedric. Ayling gets a header on it. It's gone to Solomon. Now Solomon is going to shoot. 2-0. Great goal. And we're at the FA Cup. Two-0. Jason saying so frustrating how many times we finally win it around the edge of our box and then rush to play it forward and give it straight back to Fulham. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what happened there. Well, it wasn't actually, but it was before that, and then they crossed it into the box. And then nice little touch, and then Manor Solomon just puts in the top bags. 2 shots on target by Fulham, 2 goals scored. Yeah, I mean, they've scored 2 really, really good goals, but we haven't taken our chances and we've given the ball away far too many times. I was really positive after. I was really positive after the Southampton game, and now I've seen us against somebody who got promoted last year, and I'm starting to worry again. It just is stressing me out a little bit how we look. It's the same old story. We look good in moments, and we don't finish our chances. No, I don't think Meslier is at fault there. I think it's an excellent finish, but really we should be closing it down, and they should have even had the ball there in the first place because we gave it back to them. We should have been more alive to the fact that he was going to shoot and closed it down, but yeah, we really need to score a goal fast if we're going to stay in this tie. But to be honest, 2-0 down, we might have to go for it. Yeah, Fulham have been very good, but when you actually look at the quality of their individual players, they've got some good players. Palini is a very good player, etc. But when you actually look at the quality of their players, they're not that much better than us, really, or very similar in terms of quality. And we are playing well. We're playing okay. It's just that the more worrying sign is that we're playing okay. We're playing quite well, creating chances, but we just don't take any of them. We never take any of our chances. See, players just leaving it for each other and it just not going to them, going straight to an opposition player. Yeah, we said before the game as well, didn't we? About Javi not having enough time to really get his ideas across yet, but it's not like we've played a weak team, is it really? Yeah, those goals were really class, but we just need to finish our bloody chances. We've had plenty of chances, and they've had 2 shots on target and 2 goals. I shouldn't have put bloody Solomon celebrating there, should I? We just don't I don't know, they just seem to have so many players back. Firpo gives it into Rocker. Rocker down the line to Nonto. Nonto back into Adams. Rasmus into Adams. Adams trying to drive forward, gives it into McKennie, and McKennie's touch again is not good enough in the final third. His final touch is just not there ever. Adarabioyo trying to drive forward here, and he's managed to flick it all the way through, but it's going to go out for a Leeds goal kick. Double change coming up for Leeds then. Oh my God, did I not put Bamford on the bench either? What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? The substitutions won't be right tonight. Oh. Rutte tries to get the ball into Ayling. Ayling tries to get it forward to Somerville. Somerville now trying to drive at the defence. Slips it inside. Firpo's got the ball. Gives it into Somerville, and Leeds has still got the ball somehow. Gives it out wide. Adams to Nonto. Nonto now with the ball facing up against his man. Gives it inside to Rocker. Rocker tries to pass it back to Adams, and we've given the ball away again. Pereira now trying to break. Pereira plays the ball down the line. Anthony Robinson up against Tyler Adams, his compatriot. Plays it inside. Fulham have still got the ball, and now they've got the ball in the box with Mitrovic. Mitrovic shoots, and it's deflected out for a corner. I might be able to sort this graphic out, you know. Fulham now. It's a chance to get the ball in the box from this corner. Crossed in long. It's gone over everyone. Fulham now trying to drive back again into the Leeds half. Adams tries to win it but brings his man down. Ruter coming off then. So Nonto comes off. And Ruter comes off. There we go. I've updated the thing so I can sort the substitutions out now. Nonto and Ruter off. Oh, not that one. There we go. Substitution sorted at last. Now Fulham have got a chance to cross the ball into the box. Crossed into Mitrovic. Mitrovic lays it off and Ayling gets there just ahead of Solomon, who was about to shoot there. Leeds need to get a goal and pretty quick now. Bamford and Harrison should help that. But I worry. I think it might be too little too late now. But Mitrovic, 3-0. Offside. Offside, 3-0, but offside. Let's hope it was offside. Let's hope it was offside. Yeah, he's way offside. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. But we're still 2-0 down, aren't we? That's what you get when playing a right back at centre back. Mirror split them easily. Oh, Mitro, sorry, split them easily. Yeah, but we have not got unless we have Montero on there. We've not got an actual right centre back to be able to use. Bloody hell! The McKennie, just bad ball from. Palhinha has gone straight to Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison's been brought down here, but Rocker still has the ball. Rocker tries to put it in the box and it's headed away. Leeds have still got the ball here through Junior Firpo. Firpo tries to play it into Harrison. Harrison's now got the ball on the left-hand side. He's being doubled up by Lukic and Cedric, but he's won a corner. Oh, is it? Oh, it's a bloody goal kick. If nothing else, it has been a good cup run. Yeah, furthest we've got in like 10 years, isn't it? So, can't complain too much of getting to the 5th round, but still, like if you go out in the 5th round, you may as well have gone out in the 3rd round, because it doesn't really mean anything. Nobody remembers you getting to the 5th round, do they? But we've still got a little bit of time left in this game. Nice little flicked header by Tyler Adams. He's watched the ball again, though. Oh, now he's played a ball in. Meslier out really well there to get that, actually. McKennie's lost the ball. The midfield are so flaky today. They just keep using the ball. LJ, so many YouTube channels and Leeds fans are getting karma for how they treated Jesse Marsch. Before you jump down my throat or something, I backed Jesse Marsch until the end. You saw a video on my channel. Well, you didn't, obviously, but there's a video on my channel from literally the week before he got sacked talking about all his tactics again and how I was still backing him for the time being. But there's no, like, I don't understand why people are having a go at Leeds channels for being annoyed at Jesse Marsch. His tactics weren't working, and that's the only reason. That is the only reason why anybody wanted him out, is because his tactics weren't working. And it wasn't working in the Premier League, and we would have gone down if we'd have kept him. That's the only reason. It's nothing to do with his nationality, nothing to do. If he's not good enough, he's not good enough. Mitrovic is going off. And Vinicius is coming on. Long ball out to the far touchline for Fulham, and he's only managed to kick it out for a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, Rene saying he's American, and he saw that he needed to go months ago. It just wasn't working. Yeah, there's no anti-American bias. I love Tyler Adams. I've got Aronson on the back of my away shirt, and I was really excited when McKennie came in and made a video talking about how excited I was when McKennie came in. So there is no anti-American bias. There's an he's not doing very well for my football club bias. That's it. That's literally it. Somebody's been penalised here. It's going to be a free kick. I don't know who to. Yeah, Fulham 2 shots on target, and they've scored them both from range. It's so frustrating. Come on, Leeds. Fulham just playing the ball around at the back here, trying to break forward whenever they can. 20 minutes left. Leeds need to get a hold of this game if they're going to get anything out of it. I mean, it's probably too little too late now, but realistically, we need to go and get a goal soon so that we can get another goal towards the end of the game. Yeah, Fulham could be in the Europa League soon, and they're a good side. It's just that we've actually probably been better than them on the day. It's just that they've scored those 2 excellent chances. Excellent shots. Weren't even good chances. They were just really good shots. And they've both really come from us giving the ball away and letting them have an opportunity to attack where really we shouldn't have let them. And that's what you get punished for, especially against somebody who can provide a strike like that, like Solomon and Polina have. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's just football. And especially at the highest level, you get punished. Oh, good turn by Bamford. Unlucky. Bamford's not offside at all. Well, it went through to the goalkeeper anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But Rob saying he thinks there's an anti-US bias amongst referees and UK fans in general, but I don't see any excessive anti-US sentiment at Leeds, just fans wanting more. The only thing, that I will ever ask for is for somebody to try their best for my club, and if it comes to the time where their best isn't good enough, then, like, it doesn't matter what your nationality, what your skin colour, what your sexuality, anything. Does not matter one bit. I just care whether you're doing well for my football club. And if you're not, then sometimes it's time to go. And that's just the way that football works. There's no hate to anyone ever on this channel. Robinson tries to have a shot there, comes off Ayling, and it's going to be a corner kick then to Fulham. Fulham's having a word. Fulham. Ayling's having a word with the referee here. I don't know what really about. Pereira's now going to try and cross a ball into the box here from this corner. Let's please not concede another one. Ball into the box. Terrible corner. It's gone over everybody, but somehow Reams managed to keep it in. No, if Harrison took the corner, it would have gone to the front post. That one went all the way to the far post. That's a rocker. Melee to take this goal kick, then it looks like another substitution. Rocker's coming off, which was kind of expected. Rocker for Aronson then. Makes it easy for me because that's the next one in the list. Away subs on, and Aronson. Luckily, they're all next to each other on the bench and on the pitch, so that made it easier for me to pick out who's been brought on and off. Oh, Christensen's just given this ball straight away to Pereira. It's not good enough. Christensen, he's become the new Firpo. Like, Firpo's now good, and Christensen, like, you worry every time he gets the ball because he just passes it straight to an opposition player. They're taking the piss now as well. Pereira doing little stupid flicks. Yeah, we literally have apart from Yunus Musa, we have the USA men's national team midfield now on the pitch. We keep losing the ball. Right, Leeds now have the ball. Aronson gives it into McKennie. McKennie back to Koch. Let's keep the ball for a second. And that doesn't mean give it to Rasmus, which Adams has just done. Now, Rasmus is going to take the ball a few yards, try and give it to a player and make them lose it. His pass was too heavy there. If we can get one back now and we can go into the last 10 minutes with them really having to sit back and try not to concede another one, then we've got a chance. It's just that we need to score that soon if we're going to. I think a lot of people are expecting us to beat or at least get a draw out of Chelsea. And I kind of got swept away with that on the final word when everybody was predicting it. But I can't see us getting anything out of Chelsea, even how bad they've been playing or how bad the results have been. I still can't see us getting anything out of Chelsea at the weekend. I feel like that one's going to be a loss. Adams now with the ball. Gives it out to Firpo. Firpo out wide to Harrison. Harrison trying to run at his man. Harrison cutting inside the box. Harrison shoots. Right foot flew way over the bar. Well, it was nice to believe for a while that we could have. It was nice to believe for a while that we could have a cup run, wasn't it? But not to be. 14 minutes to go plus added time or injury time. And I just can't see us doing enough to get back into this now. We had the chances earlier in the game and we should have took them. We should have scored 2 goals ourselves, but really I can't see it now. I cannot see it now. Aronson plays it out wide to Harrison. Harrison running at his man. Harrison gets inside the box, crosses it to the back post and saved by... Aronson's shot so close. Ayling went down because there was a high foot there, but... I hate this referee. I don't know, there's just something about him. It's just his face. It's a good stop by the goalkeeper, but Aronson unlucky there. So it's a difficult technique what Aronson tried to do there, and it's just gone past the post. But we've had our chances, haven't we? We've had our chances. Come on, Leeds. I don't see us getting many more chances, but there'll at least be one or two. Which sounds like a complete contradiction, but you know what I mean. McKennie with a good ball out. Aronson now cutting inside the box. Gives it to Harrison. Harrison crosses it across. Oh, McKennie off the line. Somerville. Aronson. How, on God's green earth, has that not gone in? How? It's Jesus Christ. It's hit about 10 players. Oh, my God. It just hits McKennie as Ream clears it and then just goes out for a goal kick. So frustrating. So frustrating. Nice touch from McKennie. Gives it into Aronson's path. Aronson tries to drive Leeds up the pitch. Aronson plays it through into Somerville's feet. Somerville into the box. Shoots. And it's deflected by Tim Ream. And it's going to be a Leeds United corner kick. Aronson's bit. I mean, everybody in the chat, Aronson voted for Aronson to be the one to come on, and he's probably the one that's having definitely the most impact so far. So the people have spoken. The people of the Leeds Lately live stream have spoken. Short corner, which is not always the end of the world. McKennie into the... Oh, Firpo into the box. Oh, it goes through everyone, but it's still in. Christensen's got it. Christensen plays it across the line. Robin Cox somehow flicked it over the bar. We're creating chances. We're creating chances here. Good ball in from Firpo. Bamford tries to head it, but doesn't really get his flick on that he tried to do. Oh, bloody hell. Now I've got to do 27 substitutions for Fulham. Wait, not pulling it. Wilson. Oh, Wilson, Palhinha, and Solomon. And then Willian, De Cordova, Reed, and Reed are all coming on. Yes, I did get the substitutions right. Come on, Leeds. We've created some chances now, some real chances towards the end of this half. Yeah, Bamford's really not doing anything, is he, really? But we've created the chances to score a goal here. We really have. Aronson's made a real difference dragging us forward. He's done really well. I've been impressed with Aronson. I'd be tempted to start him against Chelsea. Aronson just seems to be more of what happened when he first signed, and he was really impressive, and what he did against the Chelsea in the home game. He seems to be more getting back to how he was then. And I just think, yeah, he's probably the one that is going to make a difference in this game, if anybody. Tim Ream plays it out wide to Anthony Robinson, his compatriot. Bamford will return to form as soon as Rodrigo comes back. In the meantime, he'll stay in his comfort zone. Rob's saying, yeah, I think they made that point on the square ball as well, didn't they? Where they just said, like, when he's got somebody to fight against for his position, he plays well. When he hasn't, he's like, he's in cruise control. 8 Bilali is saying, I think it's fair to say we've been more solid at the back and created better chances. They created nothing but scored 2 great strikes from outside the box. Just not our night. I would agree with that. It's just that it's been not our night so many times when we think we've played well that it's just, I don't know, I just start to get a bit worried now. Like this, in the grand scheme of survival, this game doesn't really matter that much. Willian in the box and McKennie able to clear only as far as Pereira. In the grand scheme of relegation, this game doesn't really matter, but there is signs that Javier Gracia will read from this game and see what he needs to do. But yeah, we've had issues all year scoring goals. Well, we haven't. We scored plenty of goals. It's just that when we play well, we just don't seem to win games. And that's because we conceded so many. But now all we need to get right is the attacking side of things, because defensively we seem a lot stronger. I say that as Willian gets played through behind our defence and Rasmus Christensen manages to get a foot in. And it's going to be a Fulham corner. Leeds seem to be in the ascendancy and creating chances, and now it seems to be back to being a bit of Fulham's night again. Roscoe's saying, so disappointing, but I do agree the team looks better and not as manic, but we can't put the ball in the net. Yeah, the things that we need to improve on, I mean, we'll talk a little bit about it once the game's over, but the things that we need to improve on are just actually finishing our chances, and short pass completion. Sometimes we just give the ball away in stupid areas, and that's what the first goal came from. Cedric shoots, Meslier spills and is able to get there a second time. I don't like how Melier's Under Armour doesn't match his thermals doesn't match the same orange of his top. But yeah, I just like defensively we seem a little bit more solid, especially with Koch and Verber. When we've got Rasmus in there, it's a bit dodgy. But yeah, they've scored 2 goals from distance. We need to really work on scoring our chances and not giving away the ball. Harrison now with the ball. 5 minutes to go here at Craven Cottage. Aronson now picks it up. Lee's just trying to work an opening here. Aronson into Somerville. Somerville tries to work his way into the box. Plays it out wide. Harrison's able to get the ball into the back post. Ayling across. Off the line by Ream. McKennie flicks it around the corner. Adams shoots. Dragged it wide. Ah! It's so disappointing. We have the chances, don't we? McKennie with a nice little flick into Adams, and Adams has just dragged his shot. Yeah, it's it's disappointing, isn't it? It's really disappointing. It just seems to be like forever our problem that we can't finish chances. But then, unless you have a really decent striker, you're not going to. But then, like, Mitrovic is a very good striker, and you would say he's a lot better as a striker than Bamford. Oh, Leeds have got a good chance here, but giving the ball away. But Mitrovic never had didn't he really have a sniff tonight, other than that offside goal, which you can argue if he was onside, he wouldn't have got there. So, So it doesn't always work out like that. Their goals have been from a winger and a central midfielder who've just banged them in from distance. So, I don't know. It's other teams just seem to have luck and people that can shoot from distance and stuff, and we just never seem to get that. We never seem to get the rub of the green, and it's annoying. McKennie picks the ball up, tries to give it into Bamford, and Bamford's lost it. Harrison plays it down the line for McKennie. McKennie tries to get it in, and it's just Harrison Reed on his own waiting for it to just easily pick it up. And then Fulham have got the ball back in possession. Who do you think has been our man of the match? I don't know, to be honest. Good defending there from Robin Koch. I don't know. Somerville, maybe? I think Somerville's been the one dragging us forward the whole game, trying to get in behind, trying to stretch the back line. McKennie's been... McKennie's been okay, but it's just his final ball. The ball in the final third is just never there from him, and it's really disappointing because there's been plenty of chances that we could have had if he'd have played a better pass. So maybe I'm a bit clouded by that. Other than that, his game's been pretty good with him getting into more forward positions. That's a good ball from him. Ball into the box room towards Bamford from Harrison, and defended well again by Fulham. Rasmus does well there. Adams now with the ball. We need a miracle if we're going to turn this round. It's not over yet, Arnold. It's not over yet. Ball all the way through to Meslier there, and Melier's just hoofed it up in the air. Let's see how many subs we're on. If my bloody phone ever loads. So I'm trying to refresh it. He's freezing in my office because I've got to have the window open so the camera doesn't overheat. The things I do for you lot. Cedric's now coming off, and I've got to do another bloody substitution right before the end. Cedric for Tete. Tete, and then home subs off. Cedric. There we go. Done all the subs now. It's literally the only time I've ever happened when I've refreshed my YouTube on my phone. It says my total subscribers is just a dash. It's the only time it's ever happened is when I'm trying to check it live on stream. Makes no sense unless all my subscribers have just disappeared, in which case I'll cry because that's like 2 years of work. 2 and a bit now. Only 2 minutes then added on as well, so Leeds are going to go out of the FA Cup with so many chances created, and just I would like to see us score one. Aronson now with the ball. Aronson's looking up, gives it to Adams. Adams out wide to Christensen. Christensen, what are you doing? Honestly, you can't kick a football. Genuinely, Rasmus Christensen looks like he can't kick a football. There's a lot of positives to take from this game, but there's a lot of negatives as well. Is that a foul? That could have been a penalty to Leeds there. Firpo took a touch inside and then was wiped out. Now Jack Harrison with the ball, driving forward into the opposition box. Gets tripped and doesn't give Somerville with a chance to shoot. Somerville shoots wide. Who's been the best American on the pitch for either side? Yeah. No, somebody saying Anthony Robertson. I'd probably say Tim Ream. Tim Ream's been really good at the back. He's been everywhere, blocking things, deflecting things, stopping chances, making tackles. Tim Ream's been really, really good at the back for them. I think McKennie's been good getting into forward positions, and I think that seems to suit him a little bit more. But Tim Ream's kept us out well. Really disappointing this. Really, really disappointing because we've had so many chances. There's the final whistle. 2-0. final score 2-0. Leeds out the FA Cup onto Chelsea at the weekend, which I will be doing a live watch along for the Chelsea game as well. Hopefully that's a little bit more positive and we score some goals in that game. Tomorrow night I'll be live on the Just Joe Football Show from 8 p.m. So make sure you go and check out Joe's channel at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, where there'll be a live stream talking about this game and also previewing the Chelsea game as well. And then at the weekend there'll be the Chelsea game. I'll probably do a match reaction as well as that from the Chelsea game if you can't catch me live. And then I will also be on the final word on Sunday night at 8 p.m. As well. So just make sure you check out all those things if you're available and if you want to. I can't even check how many subscribers I've got for some reason. 4,976. So throughout this stream, we've gained about 20 subscribers and we only need 24 now. We only need 24 subscribers for 5k now. So let's hope that we can get that a bit later on in the week. Thanks for joining me. Like we talked about in the game, Tosin Adarabioyo wants to swap shirts with Willy Gnonto there. I'm not sure that Willy Gnonto's shirt would fit Adarabioyo, but anyway. Let me just take my headphones off so that Gary Lineker's not distracting me. 2 excellent goals from Fulham, 2 really good strikes, but we definitely had the better of the chances. We created more. We did well in the attacking third. We just didn't manage to get the ball in the back of the net, and that's our issue, and that's been our issue. Tim Ream, Anthony Robinson, Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie all having a crack now in the middle of the pitch. Obviously he'll play for the US national team together. Gnonto shaking his head, a bit disappointed. I'm disappointed as well. I think positives, Ruter did really well in that second half towards the end of it. I think Ruter was one of our better players in that second half for about 10-15 minutes. He was everywhere, doing really well. He had a few shots, had a few chances, but in the end it wasn't good enough, and we go out to Fulham in the FA Cup. Have your Gracia out. We want results, not performances. That's why we shagged Jesse. I'm hoping that's a joke and that's satirical. Oh my God, look at my headphone hair. Oh my God, look at my headphone hair. It looks like I've got a dint in my skull. Anyway, yes, I hope that is a joke from James Osa saying that Javi out. But obviously, like we said, he's not had a great amount of time to implement everything that he wants to do. But Danny saying Javi did not know what to do. He knew exactly what to do because he brought on Aronson and Harrison, who actually really changed the game, and we had so many more chances when they first came on. But we just weren't able to put any of them away. He makes substitutions that actually make a difference to the game, which is what we missed under Jesse Marsh. It seemed from the outside as if Jesse Marsh would just push on anybody and say, go and do a job for me. But it seems like when Javi's sending people on, they're on with instructions and they're on to change the game, because against Southampton it worked when he brought on Somerville and told him to go out wide, and when he brought on what's his face in this game, Aronson, he did really well and was able to create a couple of chances for us. So disappointing in the end. Alex is saying same old story, chances but no substance, common theme. Yeah, we had chances and I think we defended overall well. The only goals that they scored were from distance shots. So I think the only goals they scored were from long shots. We limited them to that, but they just had they just had the quality to be able to just bang those in the back of the net. So fair play to Polina and Solomon, because they were 2 excellent finishes. But really, we just need to be able to finish our chances. We really do need to start finishing chances. And we'll be fine if we can finish chances, because we played okay and we probably had the better of Fulham, who are in a Europa League spot at the moment. So the signs are there that we can do better than this. And I don't expect a massive amount against Chelsea, but I think a draw is possible. So like I said, join me on Saturday at 3 p.m. For a live watch along of that game. And then obviously the final word tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the Just Joe Football Show. Final word on Sunday night at 8 p.m. on the Just Joe Football Show. And then obviously there'll be my match reactions, all those sorts of videos in and about the channel as well. And we're trying to hit 5K. So if you're in the chat and you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, because it really, really helps me out. Tom saying, do you want McKennie to stay at Leeds in the event of staying up? I think it's an obligation if we stay up. He goes back to Juventus if we go down. If we stay up, I think we have to buy him. But I'm hoping we stay up anyway. And yes, I would like to keep him because he's a decent quality midfielder to have in there. JC saying, disappointed with that. We didn't play badly. We just had a lack of composure again. Yeah, I think we played well, and defensively we were solid. We limited them to shots from distance. Unfortunately for us, they banged them in the top corners, and we just didn't finish our chances. So really, we need to start finishing chances, and I think if we can start doing that against Chelsea on Saturday, that would be an excellent place to start doing it. But like I say, thanks for joining me, everybody, all my regulars, everybody else who's joined as well today. Keep the chat going, and even when we lose, we can have a good crack about it and talk about Leeds, and a bit of a therapy session for everybody involved. But yeah, live tomorrow on Joe's channel at 8 p.m. Live on Saturday for the football, for the football. My head's gone. For Chelsea Leeds, and then Sunday for Just Joe Football Show again, and there may be some other videos dotted around in the meantime. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately. Let's get to 5K. We are so close now. If you know anybody who's a Leeds fan, let them know about the channel and get them subscribed, and we'll try and hit that 5K. And then after that, it's on to the next goal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately.